Hey everybody, Tim Rosgany here. So today I want to try to convey a simple but profound truth that I think I have figured out in my 65 plus years on this planet. And that is this: I project my reality. What I project into the world is the single greatest factor in determining what my experience is going to be like on any given moment, on any given day. So let me give you an example of what I mean by that. And the best example I can think of at the moment is just walking on the beach, which I'm blessed to live at the beach. I get to walk on the beach, and I go out there and I just kind of meander along the shoreline, get my feet in the water, but my experience, I go the same way. I walk the same way all the time, and yet my experience changes all the time. Every day is different. And, the only thing that's different is what's going on inside my head. And it's so clear to me that I am a projector. I project my perceptions, my experience, my story and narrative onto the world that I walk through. And what I project determines so much of what my experience is like. So if I'm out there and let's say something happened that kind of pissed me off, for example. Somebody said something that upset me. So I'm out there walking along the beach, and if I let myself go there, then what happens is I start getting caught up in my anger about what someone said or did, and and it takes me out of my experience. It takes me away from enjoying the waves, enjoying the sights and sounds, the birds, the little kids playing, and I find myself, all of a sudden I'm walking along and I realize I'm in my head and I'm thinking about this thing that happened, and I'm all caught up in my own anger. And so I'm not only not enjoying what's going on, I'm not letting myself take in the positive energy that I could be receiving from all the experiences that I'm missing out on because I'm stuck in my head and I'm angry. So on the other hand, if I am in a place of calm and peace, and I don't have anything that's upsetting me, and I'm walking along the beach, and I'm feeling more kind of open, vulnerable. I'm out. I'm looking around. I'm enjoying the blue sky and the clouds. I'm enjoying watching the birds, and watching the little kids playing, building sandcastles, whatever. All that stuff, I'm taking it in, and it's filling me up, and I'm more likely to engage with people. And it doesn't take much. A smile from a passerby, seeing a little kid interacting with the waves, and having a good time. That's enough to fill me, to inject me with some energy, to brighten my spirit. But only if I'm in the moment, only if I'm open to it. And if I'm in anger, if I'm in sadness, and if I feel lonely and isolated, well, sometimes that walk on the beach can serve to reinforce that feeling. I feel so disconnected from the people around me. Why? It's like, oh my God, everybody's all caught up in their own lives, and it's as if we're 8 billion strangers on this planet. And why is it that we're like that? That we pretend other people don't exist in some ways. And I can get caught up in it just reinforces the sadness. It reinforces the loneliness, isolation. So what I'm projecting is what's getting reflected back to me. That's the way the universe works, is what I think. So it's a really simple lesson, and I'm not suggesting it's the easiest thing in the world to just think happy thoughts and everything will be fine. No, sometimes you have to catch yourself and just be aware that whatever you're putting out there, if you walk around feeling like a victim and nourishing your pain or wallowing in it, then that's what you're going to see. And that's what you're going to experience. And you are likely to have negative experiences that are going to reinforce that perception of I'm a victim and the world is mean and cold and not nice. If you're walking around being angry, you're not going to have warm interactions with people. For the most part, you're going to be radiating a kind of energy that pushes folks away, consciously or otherwise. So if you walk around with openness, vulnerability, then that is going to determine the way that the universe responds to you, the way other people respond to you. So one thing I want to say with that is, for those of us, and who among us hasn't experienced pain, for those of us who have been, hurt by people, for those of us who, walk around, who have had bad experiences, who have had traumatic things, who carry the weight of individual or generational trauma inside them. If you're engaging with the world with openness, in spite of that, if you can see that in you, and you've had those experiences, but yet you choose to say, I'm still going to believe that the world is a welcoming place. I'm going to project the world that I want to be in. I'm going to greet the world with openness. I'm going to greet the world with kindness, with compassion. That is so amazingly heroic. Any of you walk around with that sort of approach to life, you are heroes. You are superheroes. And don't even think twice about that. Don't doubt yourself. Give yourself the credit you deserve, because that is some heroic shit right there. And so kudos to you. It's easy to get caught up in anger. It's easy to get caught up in pain. It's easy to get caught up in sadness and loneliness, because those things are all real. And just, be aware that that is something that can happen. But you have the power to change the story, your story. You have the power to change the movie that you're projecting as you move through life on a day-to-day basis. So own that, accept that, and, create a better story for yourself. And just know and catch yourself when you're projecting things that aren't going to give you the feelings that you want, that aren't going to make you open to the energy that's all around you. So I hope that makes sense. Sometimes simple things are not necessarily easy to communicate, but if that resonates with you, I'm glad. And again, if that resonates with you, please like this video if you like this kind of content, and share it. You're going to see a link to my most recent video. You're going to see a link to subscribe to this channel. And if you check the description for this video, you'll see some information about a recovery meeting that happens every week on Mondays. So thank you for listening. Be kind and gentle to yourself. recognize how much power you have to impact the way you experience the world, and use that to your best advantage. So thank you for listening. Take good care of yourself. I will talk to you again soon.